welcome back to Madam Bonsai channel. So many requests, let's talk through trees and show you guys how to style a tree. So I brought this tree out today that it's been sitting in my garden for years, that I kind of half hated only because of I just not sure, should I just turn into a small tree or bigger trees or whatever. So as you see here, it's a semi-cascade. It got dyed back there as I put it in there, didn't have sun, so it losing that. So today I wanted to work through this and then we're going to train into a lot smaller tree. And we'll see if you guys can enjoy it. So if you look at the tree here now, so say like this branch here, it's right in front of your face. So you don't want this. So I'm going to take this off. I just keep a little bit, maybe we do a little bit of driftwood. And as you see here, David, so I'm going to stop the tree about there only. And then all this, I'm going to gint it. So I'm going to gint this. So I'll take this off. So later on we can pick and choose, but I don't want this to be a cascade anymore. So when you don't want to keep any original style and you want to restyle, you can keep the frame of it for ginting, which is driftwood, if we have to. So later on we can fix that, but I'm going to fix this tree to what I think will be good for the tree. So pretty much I bought this tree just to buy the age. I never liked the start of this tree at all, because if you see it here, it gone up here and it just, if I look at this, it just right into my face a lot. So what I'm doing now, I will still keep the frame of the trees here, but I'm going to bring the tree a lot shorter and then pat everything down to make the tree a lot smaller. And then we're going to take this cascade off. I don't want it to be cascade anymore. So when you style any tree, just look at it. If it come up, and then you try to get, so that I'm gonna take it off, as in I would gin this to still keep the frame. And if you look at this here, it's quite really beautiful here. So I'm gonna build to make, maybe I stop the apex a lot shorter than this. So I might get this to get a branch here. And then the pad there and this, and I'll bring the other one up to do the apex. So give me some time. I'm gonna wire the tree out and I will select. So if you look at it here, so before you style the tree, just look at it again and see which one you should keep and which one you should not. This one, no ginning here because it's right in front of your face. So take that off. Cut it in so later on, if you see this here, right, after you cut it, put sealer on and it will fold and slowly you will losing that. So if you look up here again, so I like to keep that. I'm going to wire that tree a lot lower. And then we use this as a bag. Now take this one off. And the same with this here. I'll take that off too. Before you wire, you can just trim it down a little bit too for all this. So it's going to be a lot smaller pad. I still think like the video have to be a lot more detail, and you guys said it, don't worry about how long it is. So let's try today. So when you trim any tree, just look at the tree. This is the root here. Go up, out. You see how it got like two branches here? It's really busy, there and there. Have a look at the tree again. So you see that just there and there, it just clung up, and that one there too. So try to think if I can move this to there and move that down to there, and then I'll bring this in, then you keep. But if you train to see the whole trunk, then you should take that off too. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna wire the tree, and then we work together to make this tree a lot more enjoyable. So I'll take the tree a lot smaller in. Is anyone wondering what tree it is? It is a blue cedar, Madam Bonsai favorite trees. I have so many of them. If David can turn around, he will show you all the blue cedar I have, which is only a few there. Then I got a lot more than in the other garden too. I love them. I think my kid would say, Mother, you would still love a dead tree, leave alone blue cedar. You see this tree here? You saw the picture before and after. So I thought maybe while I do the blue cedar, I can show you they can become really unique after you style them back to very simple tree. All these here, I only post a few, but all these I just restyle them for the last few weeks. Half of the tree is gone and it becomes something like this. So if you see that this tree were bigger than the tree I'm working at now, for you guys to see it to become something like this. All of them, it was so big and become so unique now, small, tiny. This is a tree that you would see on the community lot too. So that was a really difficult tree too, but end up now, I think in about a year or two. Beautiful tree too, David. So with bonsai, that's the best thing of it is you can have a start of the tree like really big like that, and then one day, 10 or 15 years later, you can just go out to your garden and say, let's change the start of the tree. And that's the best feeling you can always have. You see this tree on the log too. That's the Simpaku. It's a really big tree, so only half of the tree left there. So it's, a lot of viewers ask me to talk through the tree and show us how to style. It is easy and also it's hard. So one day I might pick one variety, 10 different tree, and I will style for you in 10 different style one day. But that, if my cameraman, which is David right in front of me, said, yes, and I'll give you 5 hours straight to work on one project. So I really look forward to that. So let's go back to our blue cedar again to see what the difference after that. So now I'm going to wire the tree. So David, if he had the patience, he will stay there and then show you what I'm doing. So the first thing is I'm going to do the bottom pad first. But I put one wire in there already. Once you wire any tree, David, just run the main one. And now you start doing the smaller, which is you see different gates. So if I feel this, I might use maybe 3.5 or 4. So I go back to the same pattern, your finger on the bottom, and then you wire the tree. Look back to exactly where you was before. And then keep coming through like that, and then move your finger. I'll cut this because so that's it. You just keep doing, follow your wire and just wire your trees down. Oh, this might end up with a really pretty tree actually. Lot smaller. To work with blue cedar now is really good. As I mentioned to you before, if they look healthy, and you can work with it. But if you want to repot, restyle at the same time, you can do it when it's a bit cooler like this. The tree will take a lot easier to recover. I always want to kill David. Today I want to kill him even more. It's a massive tree like this. I mean a big tree like this. Working in a workshop is easy. Out here it's just like difficult. And I have to wire the tree from pretty much behind the tree too. But Anne can do it. I work with tree too long, I shouldn't be complaining.
It's cold outside for the cameraman too.
Yeah, I know. I have to appreciate that too. David have a very busy lifestyle with his work. I'm so lucky that he loved bonsai. That way you guys got to meet me, and I know there is a lot of things that I do is always silently in my life, but since David came along to now, I seem to be a lot louder. I seem to be a lot more forward to things, but I used to think tree is just for me to enjoy, not to share with anyone. Now I become like anything I do, I just rather to share with someone. So hopefully from there, someone can learn something. Let me have a look and see how bad it is. Not that bad, yeah? To your eyes? So let's do one pad, so David don't have to spend too much time or you guys get bored with it. So that the big wire already in, also all the small one in. Now put your palm under the branch like that with the finger, with your thumb on top of the wire. Then you can move it. Now if I bend the wire, now twist the wire, the branch will come with it. So I want to bring this forward a bit. And then I bring that back. So once the gate is right, you can move your tree quite easily. So now you do the small one, the same thing. Your support is your thumb and your finger. Finger on the bottom, thumb on top, and then this hand here, you can twist your wire anywhere you feel like it. So we're gonna bring this to the pad. Just make the pad like your palm. David not really well today neither, but still try to been so long that he feel bad for all the viewer, and he just make his time down to help us today. So I hope you guys appreciate that. He doesn't cost me anything and I don't cost him anything. We just do it for love. All this is not for money, all pure hobby. So I hope I can share some of my experience with you guys so you can enjoy it from your own backyard. I gave my email out a lot for one reason. Not everyone have the same tree, the condition of weather and all that are different. So if you need help at any time with your tree, email me. I will sure find time for all of you if you need my help. Today I do the wiring is a lot rougher than other, only because of us sitting out here. But if you're sitting in your room to do it, take your time. Do the wiring neat, nice and neat. When you remove the wire, the tree look a lot better. And always, someday it can be very, very careful. Someday I can be a little bit rough. But I know that I don't harm the tree. Funny enough, I am an orthodox bonsai grower or staller too, that if you guys must know. There was one Google Pies or something I did. I had a viewer said, oh, she just get paid for YouTube. The tree gonna die in 2 weeks. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys that tree now after, is it 3 months we did now? No, not even 3 months, maybe 2.5. I'll show you that tree in a minute. 2 seconds, I will show you that one, but let me finish this wiring of this tree first. Be confident with your tree. It's really funny. The more you worry about the tree, the more you will make your tree a lot weaker. So be confident with your tree. Stalling too. Just do it. Don't just worry too much. The worry can actually make our hand not stable. So just stay positive with the tree and just wire it. So as you see before, now you can have an idea of this pad already there, which not perfect yet, but in time you see how it will grow here. Then you build your pad a little bit round here because this tree are on this side. So you want to bring this branch kind of hug into this. You see how this goes here? So this branch here, I wanted to kind of hug down to this and get very round on this side. Now we build the next pad. which is this one here. So you want it to be lapped, but not overlap too much. So I'm going to put a wire in and I'll explain it to you soon. Oh, poor thing. We've both been very sick too. Myself been really, really sick for the last 3-4 weeks, but still work. David unwell too, so you guys haven't seen much of my work. I try as much to put on the community log so you guys can see the work, but it's not detailing. When you do a blue cedar, this happen a lot. You see, I just break a little bud there, especially old tree. So that's why I said when you do any tree, just use your thumb and your finger to guide the wire so this doesn't happen. So it just happened to me, but for me, it's breaking a few bud here and there. Don't stress about it. When you do a pad, when you just do it, it's not going to be perfect, but give the tree a chance. 6 months, you will end up with beautiful pads. So don't you, just the frame that you wanted to make it correctly. So it's just like here now. I just wanted to bring it back out here. And we start with this one and see. I'm going to wire all of them and then we do moving a little bit better. Oh, that one thing about me that is very different with a lot of people wiring tree. Let me explain. So if you start a tree, you should wire the whole tree and then you start moving. My exhausting habit, I can never doing it, is I will start the tree pad by pad. And I never plan the tree beforehand. I just do it as I go too. How do I pass that on back to you is I don't know yet, but I will. Maybe you watch me long enough, I think you will see how simple and how easy it is to style any bonsai tree to make you love it. Not so much of making a tree for someone else to love. Make sure every time you style any tree is for you to enjoy. If you don't love the tree, it means you will forget about it or you pay no attention to it and take a lot longer for the tree to become beautiful bonsai. So style a tree, just look closely. Look closely of what you're loving it, not other people. So even I do tree now for you guys on YouTube, I'm still pure of making a tree for me to love. And if it happens, you like it too, it's a benefit. But if you don't like it, and it's still for me to enjoy. So I like to, I don't know, tell people that styling a tree is not that difficult. It's not a black art, it's a living art, yet. I have different skill, you have different skill, but important is to make things that you love, to enjoy it, because you are the one who's looking at it. It's not me, it's not your neighbor. Your friend can just say a few words, but they go home. It is you that you enjoyed it day in, day out. They live with you for decades. So make yourself, treat yourself right. There's your airplanes again.
I don't think you've ever been this quiet on a movie before.
David, stop it. I try to get the tree down to the point that you don't have to do too much of video, but the viewer can still see the start of the tree. I quiet because my voice been a little bit really unhealthy. I think nobody can stop me from talking. I don't think.
Usually I can't get a word in.
Today David have to do more talking than it is Anne. So that very much the idea of getting the tree into the frame. And then you can, I will spend a little bit more time later to apply all the very small wire in, because that might take a little time. And I only have David only 1 day every month, so I need to work out what I need to do so all the viewer can enjoy it at the same time I can feed it in. So there you go, I'm start talking again. So now is the time for you to go in and apply all this small wire to make the pad now, but the frame is already there. So take your time and enjoy this, because it's really relaxing when you apply wire to any bonsai, and then make the pad to, you see how that the frame, but now you have to put the wire in to bring that down a bit, bring that in a bit, which is funny. There's one viewer said, "And don't worry about how long the video. We have a fast forward button if we get sick of it." But he speak on behalf of others. I think Jim and Meg. We love your video. Just show us how you do it, instead of just cutting it out. And so really that the apex of what you wanted to build. Now you can go and spend time a little bit and put the small wire, get this down, but that the idea of the apex is already there. Then you can go in and tidy up by just getting wire on, or you can trim it. Like clip and grows are really quite unique too, because you don't have to undo the wire, you don't have to put up with the scars on the tree. You can, all these small one here, if you have time, you got the patience to wait for a few years, clip and grows are beautiful, especially blue cedar, because they back bud a lot. So you can do it a lot faster than any other tree with clip and grow. Now it just very much just tidy the tree up, but the frame already there. As you see the trees there, pad there, and then just tidy little thing here to do all the little wire. But I'm just gonna cut the video a bit shorter so you guys can not get bored. So if you look at here now, I'm gonna drip wood this a little bit, but I'm not gonna keep it this long. So if you look the balance of the tree, the drip wood is something that is the dead wood I call, or other people call, just a little feature of it. So if I look at the tree now, it go up, is there, a little drop on the side. So I'm gonna finish just about somewhere there. So you can, if you're unsure, you can cut it a lot longer and then slowly you work your way up. If not, I know that I wanted to finish this pad here and a little hanging out here for the drip wood, and I think that would look really okay for the tree. To do the drip wood, using any of these, you can just go around and do this, clip it on, turn your secateurs and do that. It's okay too. Or you can use anything just to peel this off, peel the skin off, whatever tool you have. Of course you can get all the fancy tool and do it, but I just like to be able to show everyone to work with whatever you have. I do sell all these if you need to buy, but at the same time, don't spend too much money on tools and all that if you don't have to. Having them is a lot easier. Or you can use these, you know, that your pair of pliers to do the wire, you can clip onto any, the cambion of it, and you just turn it like that, it come off too. Or else you can have proper tools, so it's up to you, whatever suits you really. For me, it's just whatever you enjoy doing. I'll show you the proper tool for it. To peel the skin off, this is another tool that is really easy to do too, but it would cut into your hand if you're not careful. So hold your hand away from it. If you set yourself like in a workshop and all that, it's a lot easier to do. When you stand here, you see I can try to blame the cameraman for making me do things.
Cameraman gets blamed for everything.
Except for when the tree doesn't style right or doesn't work right, I get the blame. But everything else, you can blame my cameraman, David. Now, when you break any of these, you have to seal it later, yeah? Or else they get rotten or they harm the tree sometime. So sometimes you break it in half like that, and then using anything that you have in your hand, and you twist it, clip it on, and then you twist it. This is a really old tree, so it's not that flexible anymore. Any cosmetic is up to your eyes to do it, to suit the tree and also suit yourself. Sometimes it might look really nice to me, but you don't like it. You can make it that it's suitable with you. You can play slowly with it too. If today you don't do it right, come back the next day and do it. Don't force yourself to make the tree have to be perfect straight away. Remember, bonsai, you do need a little bit of patience with them. Patience is not for the tree, but patience is for yourself. Not because of, I have a beautiful tree and you have to have one. They born with you and they really grow through your life really unique. The sun tree I have, it might be so ugly to others, but I love it dearly because I could be like digging up from somewhere or someone gave it to me or I don't know, some sort of memory that is really unique to yourself. So don't be too hard. So the driftwood, the deadwood, it's just an idea to make it as natural break as possible. Sometimes I do driftwood, I just use my hand and I break it and I tear it. Wherever it end up with the tear, just leave it like that too. So it's just a feature of it. And I think that's pretty decent for the tree. So my next job or my next anyone job now is to go and finalize all the pad by really small wire to create it and also repot the tree. Before repotting this, I want to show you something about this tree here. I actually have done it already. You see when you remember this is a tree that I bought as it is. So the root was everywhere. And when you leave root like this, it never make the tree look good. So what you do before you repot it, you go in and you clean up all these root out. Find the main root of the tree. It will be very difficult to get this tree out of the pot because I can feel it that is everything just packed up in there. It's really, really root bound. So it is true that now and then I do hate certain tree and I just leave it there. Not hate, but I haven't had time to deal with it. So all this, I will take this tree out of the pot, clean up all this, okay? Take everything off until you find the main root. The root of this tree under there will have to be really big already, and then we repot the tree. I will do the repot video after. If David have time, I would do this now. If not, it have to go into the workshop to do this tree because it's really difficult to get it out. So I will get it out, repot into the different pot, refine all everything, and then I will give David the last shot of the video, or we'll see. So someone now helping me to bring the blue cedar in, but remember this tree, not long ago, someone put a comment and said he guaranteed that this tree will die in a week or two. So I would like to confirm with you all that here is a tree that we done a month ago, and look how the new buds start coming out. If David can show it to them. So don't scared of doing tree cut that much, as much root as you see on the video. The tree will be beautiful, and I just leave it outside there. So don't listen to comment and scared. Just do it with me, and then you will have successful right in your tree. But thank you for always giving me feedback, even a bad feedback. I still want to listen. And this is another tree that we done not long ago. Remember the juniper? I think there's the same person mentioned that she only do the YouTube to get paid, but I think she will kill half of her tree. And I just like to confirm, also give you guys the confidence to follow that they are beautiful after I do the job. So this is 2 months, yeah, about there, David. They all start shooting out new shoot. Beautiful already. All of them, whatever you want, you see on the video, you want to see it again, just ask me. I will post it back for you guys to enjoy it. Let's go in and finish the Blue Cedar. So there you go. I got the trees in. What you do when you do, to get a pot out that it is root bound, just flip the pot on the side. Find this, anything, to jam your pot both sides so it doesn't damage your pot. I did have a saver saw before that I cut around it already. As you see, there's dirt everywhere. Now you just go in and just use any of these, gently go through around it until you get it loose. This is a Blue Cedar, and the bark is not that barked up yet, so you can hang on to this and loosen it. But if it's a black pine, you don't do that yet. Today we do Blue Cedar. So gently just get it out slowly like that, so you don't damage your pot. Which I just dropped something. Oops. You have to cut. It's not easy to get it out, this one here, surely. Where is my jam? Almost there. I might have to cut a little bit more, David, so it's got to be a bit of noise. Too low. Bugger. Need to stop regardless. Just let me loosen a bit first.
Sorry.
There you go. Thank you, David. Don't leave your tree too long, okay? This is what happens when you leave it root bound too long. Really difficult to get it out. When you have not many trees, just look at the tree and repot them a little bit earlier. Just make your life a lot easier. When you leave it too long, it's really difficult.
How long's this been in here?
Oh my God. These have to be longer than 15 years. Longer than 15 years sitting in this pot. I love this tree, but I never have a chance to work with it because firstly, it was sitting really high up on my garden. I always need help, an extra person to get it down, so I keep forgetting it until now. I saw a dieback on it, on the branch, because it didn't have enough sun that I got no choice but to bring it down. Tree not gonna do any harm, but you just need to pay attention more than myself, okay? Don't just leave tree like this. Okay, this one look like that I need a bit of help to get it out. It's kind of a two-person job here, maybe. Maybe. So this is the part that I want to be a man instead of a woman. I get a little bit stronger. I'm a little bit weak sometimes when it comes to things like this. But we'll get it out. Why would I want to be a man? I think David, when he hold the camera, so many times he want to help me. He can never do it because he had his hand on his camera. If the pot, it was something that you don't have to save, you can go a little bit harder on the saver so that you cut it in a bit more, because I really love to save this part. Really root bound. Okay, David have to put his camera out and down and give me a hand on holding the pot, that for sure. So pardon us for a few minutes, and then it's not an easy tree to get out. It's crazy. David helped me a little bit, so it pretty much is there. Shit. Did I just swear?
Beep.
Oops. Here you are. That's the tree. So I will spend the next few hours to clean up all these roots, wash them all out, cut whatever, and then we will get into the better part, but this is what the cut going to be. So I'm gonna cut half of this. There you Don't do what I do. If the tree too big, get two people to do it. I'm always work by myself. So you take that off, and then now you can just clean up all your roots and everything, so that will be fine. Oops. There you go. So we'll get into a lot smaller pot, that for sure, a lot lower too. David can sit down and have a little rest, and then I will clean up everything. So to clean up the root, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do in the next 1 hour. It's just to loosen all this out. Just gently using this, or you can wash with pressure hose. It's okay too, but I like to doing this. It's like a really beautiful, crazy exercise that I love. I quickly move out, and then you will remove whatever root that is a bit brown, and keep just enough, clean up all this. I will show you the next process, but for now, this is what you have to do. remember when you watch my video, subscribe, put comments and all that, so I know I will keep feeding you with information, requests. Ask me any questions. Madam Bonsai email is there, and at madambonsai.com. Send me requests and I can help you if I can't fit through the video too. I'll find time for all of you, that for sure. The tree is very healthy, just a little bit lack of sun over there. That's why the trees on the bottom is a little bit weak, but that we can sort it. We'll see you back in about maybe an hour for me to clean off everything. But you have the idea that what you have to do to the tree. And then we will clean all that up and get into the new pot. I will show you that process in a minute. And just a final touch. Pardon us today. We're both really, really unwell still, but David feel like that he haven't been able to fit information to the viewers, so he tried his best today, but we're both very struggling. So this is after an hour that David gone, and I have to repot and quickly just refine it a little bit. So there's the subscribe to Madam Bonsai if you wish to see my work again, and thank you for all the support. Goodbye for now, and looking forward to see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.